Alright guys, I apologize for the first video number 5 not working. I'm just going to make a second one because I don't know what happened to it. Alright, where we left off last time, we were putting the grip frame on. The grip frame is now totally on. Once you have your eyes and solenoid hooked back up, you can go ahead and throw your grips on. Get that all sealed up. And then we can go to work on the front of the gun. The valve has been installed, the ram has been installed, but we still have to throw on the front cap and the valve stem itself. Flop the gun over and do the same thing on the back. This is something you should be able to do real quick. Alright, now let's put on the regulator. Take your grease. Lightly grease up the O-rings. Since you have the thing out, you might as well do it. Set that aside. Take the reg housing, plop it on there. Take your set screw, sometimes it's easier if you put it on the wrench. Plop it through. And install your housing. Once your housing's on there nice and snug, take your mini reg assembly and gently just push it in until the large hole lines up with the large hole on the housing. Then you can thread your velocity screw in there. Just kind of put it in there, you know, a decent amount so it fully locks it in place. You're going to have to adjust it later when you're at a chronograph anyway. Take your end cap, thread that on there. Tighten her up, and you install your bolt. There we go. Make sure your rammer is all the way back. Lock up your breech. Now the only thing we have left to do is install eye covers and your valve stem assembly. Now with the Magno valve, if you have the 3-piece covers, you have to put the covers on first. I know in part 1 or 2 of the video I had the original 1-piece covers, but since then I've gotten my package with my 3-piece covers. The easiest way that I've found to install the 3-piece covers is to place each side on the gun respectively and just kind of hold it in place. Make sure you don't pinch the eye wires. And then you take the larger piece and very carefully slide it on. Just make sure it all lines up. It's hard making sure all this stuff gets on camera. Alright, once it's in place, you should see that it fits nice and flush with the front of the gun. Now you're ready to install the valve stem. When you're dropping this in the gun, make sure the magnet is facing towards you. So when you look down that hole, you can see the magnet. The easiest way I found to do this is to tilt the gun on its side with the LPR tube faced up and just slide it in there, and then drop it down as best as you can, and just kind of wiggle it around until you see it seat into place. I wish I had a better camera, but you can kind of see it in there. If you drop it in any other way, it can actually fall into the LPR side of the gun, which is a pain to get out. You gotta rattle it. And the only thing left we have to do is now put this in there, the infamous Magno valve cover. Just set it in firmly and screw it in. Make sure you get it in there nice and tight. Stick your macro line back on the gun. Your sweet barrel. I shoot a stiffy on my A1. And you have now installed the full Magno kit on the Angel A1. This is LTHG, and I hope this video's helped. As soon as I get my tank back from Crossfire, I will be doing the tuning videos, so stay tuned for those.